My name is Jessica Parker, but everyone calls me Jess. I'm 29 years old, a financial analyst in New York City, and the unofficial bank of the Parker family. I stared at my phone screen, my stomach twisting as another text from my mom, Linda, lit it up. Jess, sweetie, Ryan's in trouble again. He needs $15,000 by Friday or they'll repo his car. You'll help, right? Family sticks together. I exhaled sharply. This was the third emergency this month. Last week, it was Dad's business debt $50K. Before that, Mom's unexpected trip to the Bahamas $50K. Before that, Mom's unexpected trip to the Bahamas $12K. And now Ryan, my spoiled, reckless younger brother, had trashed another car. I was done. But saying no to the Parkers? That was a war. I sat across from my parents in their penthouse, the skyline of Manhattan glittering behind them. Jess, we're throwing you a birthday party. Mom clapped, her diamond bracelet glinting. Just family. You never let us celebrate you. Lie. Last year's party ended with me signing a loan for Ryan's failed gym. But I forced a smile. Thanks, Mom. I walked into their penthouse at 7 p.m. sharp. The air smelled like expensive perfume and betrayal. Surprise! A room full of relatives, Uncle Jack, Aunt Diane, even Cousin Tiffany, who only showed up for free food, grinned at me. Fake. All of them. Mom handed me a martini. Your favorite, green apple. I frowned. I've hated these since I was 25. Dad chuckled nervously. Just drink up, kiddo. Then I saw it. On the glass coffee table, a leather-bound folder. My fingers trembled as I flipped it open. Assignment of trust rights, Jessica Parker. What the hell is this? Mom's smile didn't waver. Just paperwork, honey. Sign it later. Tonight's about celebrating you. I scanned the first page. I, Jessica Parker, forfeit all claims to the Eleanor Carter Trust. $10 million. They were stealing my inheritance. I stood, my voice icy. No. Mom's smile dropped. Jess, don't be difficult. Difficult? You're trying to ROB me. Then, smack. Mom's palm cracked across my cheek. Pain exploded, my vision blurring. Sign it, Dad snarled, yanking my hair so hard tears sprang to my eyes. Ryan laughed. Drama queen. That's when I snapped. I grabbed the folder, shoved Dad back, and bolted for the door. If you walk out, you're dead to us. Mom screamed. I turned, my voice shaking but clear. I'd rather be dead than your ATM. My hands wouldn't stop shaking as I slammed my apartment door shut. The leather folder, the one my parents had tried to force me to sign, felt like a bomb in my hands. I poured myself a shot of whiskey, gulped it down, and dialed the only person I trusted. Mia answered on the first ring. Jess? What's wrong? They tried to steal my inheritance, I whispered. At my own birthday party. There was a beat of silence. Then, I'm coming over. Do not touch that folder until I get there. 2 days later, I sat across from Mr. Reynolds, Grandma Eleanor's attorney. His office smelled like old books and expensive coffee. Your grandmother anticipated this, he said, sliding a USB drive across the desk. Watch this first. I plugged it into my laptop. The screen flickered to life, and there she was. Grandma Eleanor, her silver hair perfectly styled, her sharp eyes staring right at me. Jessica, if you're watching this, your parents have shown their true colors. Her voice was calm, but her words were steel. The trust is yours. But there's a clause they don't know about. I leaned closer. If anyone tries to coerce you into signing away your rights, 50% of the trust, $5 million, automatically transfers to charity. No takebacks. My jaw dropped. Mr. Reynolds handed me another file. There's more. Your parents have been stealing from you for years. I flipped it open, credit cards in my name, forged signatures, even a fake loan application. We have enough to press charges, he said. But your grandmother wanted you to decide. I closed the file. I need time. That night, I sent a text to my parents. Let's talk. Tomorrow. Your penthouse. Just us. I was going to end this. The elevator ride up to my parents' penthouse felt like climbing to the gallows. My purse held two things that would change everything. One, a voice recorder, courtesy of Mia. Two, the documents Mr. Reynolds had prepared. The doors slid open. Jessica. Mom stood in the foyer, her designer dress immaculate, her smile colder than the champagne in her hand. So glad you came to your senses. I stepped inside. The air smelled like lemons and lies. Dad sat at the head of the glass dining table, already pouring scotch. Ryan lounged on the couch, scrolling through his phone, probably shopping for another car to wreck. Let's make this quick, Dad said, sliding a pen toward me. Sign the papers, and we'll forget your little tantrum. I didn't touch the pen. Before we discuss signing anything, I said, pulling out the documents from my purse, I want you to see what Grandma left me. Mom's perfectly plucked eyebrows shot up as I spread the papers across the table. Bank statements showing Dad's $300,000 casino losses. Forged signatures on loans taken out in my name. Text messages between Mom and Ryan planning how to handle me. Ryan sat up straight. What the hell is this? Evidence, I said, tapping the voice recorder in my purse. Enough to send you all to prison for fraud. Dad's face turned purple. You ungrateful little. Aha. I held up Grandma's USB drive. Before you threaten me, you should know about the clause in Grandma's trust. If I'm coerced, half the money goes to charity. Automatically. Mom's champagne flute hit the floor. Here's what's going to happen, I continued, sliding my own document across the table. 1. They'd repay every dime stolen from me. 2. Dad would resign from Grandma's company. 3. Ryan would get a real job, no more bailouts. Or, I said sweetly, I press charges. Your choice. Mom lunged at me, her manicured nails aimed at my face. You bitch. I caught her wrist mid-swing. For the first time in my life, I saw fear in her eyes. Careful, Mom, I whispered. Assault charges would look terrible with your upcoming fraud case. Dad collapsed into his chair. Ryan looked like he might vomit. I picked up my purse. You have 24 hours to decide. As the elevator doors closed behind me, I finally breathed. Round 1 to Jess. The call came at 3:17 a.m. Jessica? It's Mr. Reynolds. They've lawyered up. I sat up so fast my head spun. Outside my apartment window, New York glittered, cold and uncaring. How bad? I croaked. Bad. Your father hired Carson Blackwell. Shit. Blackwell wasn't just a lawyer. He was a human wrecking ball who'd made billionaires disappear into plea deals. By noon, the legal papers arrived. 1. A motion to contest Grandma's will, claiming undue influence. 2. A restraining order, alleging I'd threatened violence. 3. A smear campaign already leaking to TMZ. Greedy heiress torments elderly parents. Mia threw her phone across my couch. They photoshopped you holding a whiskey bottle. You don't even drink whiskey. I scrolled through the comments. Hashtag gold digger. Hashtag family destroyer. Hashtag rich bitch problems. My hands shook. They were winning. Then came the knock at my door. Ryan. His eyes were red-rimmed, his Gucci sneakers scuffed. Jess. I need to talk to you. Mia moved to block him. I waved her off. Make it fast, I said. He handed me an envelope. Inside, a check for $50,000 and a key. Dad's safety deposit box, he whispered. The one even Mom doesn't know about. It's got everything. I stared at him. Why? Ryan swallowed hard. Because when they ruin you, I'm next. The bank manager's eyes widened when I showed the key. This box hasn't been accessed in 12 years, he said. Inside, pictures of Dad with a woman who wasn't Mom. A birth certificate for a 10-year-old girl, my half-sister. Grandma's handwritten note. When the time comes, Jessica will know what to do. Mia's grip on my arm tightened. Holy shit. I flipped over the birth certificate. Scrawled on the back in Dad's handwriting. Asterisk $20,000/month to keep quiet. Asterisk. The girl in the photograph stared back at me with my father's eyes. A half-sister, Mia breathed, turning the birth certificate over in her hands. 11 years old. Born while your parents were still married. My stomach twisted. All those business trips to Miami suddenly made sense. The name on the certificate hit me like a punch. Sofia Marie Delgado. It took 3 private investigators and $15,000 to track her down. When the phone rang, I almost didn't answer. Jessica? The woman's voice was husky, laced with a Spanish accent. I'm Isabel, Sofia's mother. The air left my lungs. I think it's time we met, she said. We chose a diner in Queens, neutral territory. Isabel Delgado was stunning in a way that made my mother's Botox look cheap. Late 30s, curves that could start wars, and a diamond bracelet I recognized. Your father gave me this, she said, catching my stare. Same week Sofia was born. She slid a manila envelope across the table. Inside, love letters from Dad, with dates matching Mom's miscarriage. Bank statements showing $240,000 in payments over 10 years. A recent photo of Sofia, a carbon copy of me at that age. He stopped paying last month, Isabel said. Said if I went public, he'd have me deported. Mia's hand clamped on my knee under the table. What do you want? I asked. Isabel's smile was all teeth. Same as you. To watch Robert Parker burn. We timed it perfectly. At exactly 9 p.m., right when Mom's Save the Family Instagram Live started, TMZ broke the story. Finance exec's secret love child, 10-year-old daughter hidden in Miami. The video of Mom's face frozen mid-sentence went viral in minutes. The lawyer called me himself at midnight. My client is prepared to settle, he growled. I twirled Sofia's photo in my fingers. Funny. I'm not. Jessica? Blackwell sighed. Don't make me dig up. Lydia. The line went dead silent. That's your daughter's name, right? I continued. The one at Princeton? The one whose drug arrest you buried last year. Mia high-fived me as Blackwell choked on his own breath. New deal, I said. You walk away. Tonight. The morning of the shareholder meeting dawned with blood-red skies over Manhattan. Fitting. I stood before my floor-to-ceiling windows, clutching 2 things. 1. The signed resignation letter from my father. 2. Sofia's crayon drawing of our sister date at the zoo. Mia burst in, her tablet flashing with live news. Robert Parker's meltdown outside Parker Holdings. Watch now. On screen, my father looked broken. Reporters shoved microphones in his face as he staggered out of a black town car, tie undone, eyes wild. Mr. Parker, is it true you abandoned a child? Will you step down as CEO today? Your wife just filed for divorce. Comment? Then, the moment I'd waited for. Dad's gaze locked onto the camera like he could see me through it. His lips formed 2 silent words. You win. The boardroom smelled of expensive cologne and fear. I took my seat at the head of the table, Dad's chair, as 30 suits held their breath. As majority shareholder, I said, sliding Grandma's locket onto the table, I motioned to dissolve current leadership. The vote was unanimous. Sofia waited in my office, swinging her legs in a chair too big for her. Did we beat the bad guys? She asked, kicking her light-up sneakers. I knelt before her. Yeah, Munchkin. We beat them. She threw her arms around my neck. For the first time in years, I cried. Parker Holdings now funds shelters for single moms. Ryan works there as a janitor, character building, I said. Sofia gets every birthday present I never had. Mom sends apology letters I don't read. Dad lives in a studio apartment in Jersey. And me? I'm sitting on my balcony, watching the sunrise with Mia and Sofia, finally free.